Just 2 months after his wife and son were murdered, Alex Murdaugh agrees to answer a few questions for investigators.
Hey, you can do this? I can do it.
But it didn't take long for investigators to cut to the chase.
Did you kill Maggie? No. Did I kill my wife? Yes, sir. No, David. Do you know who did? No, I do not know who did. Did you kill Paul? No, I did not kill Paul.
South Carolina Law Enforcement Division investigator David Owen took the stand Wednesday to testify about that interview and what he calls inconsistencies in Murdaugh's timeline.
It wasn't one inconsistency, it was several inconsistencies over a period of time that were repeated.
Owen also revealing in that interview he's confident Murdaugh family guns were used in the crime. Information the investigator says didn't shake Alex.
Did you just ask him, we've established family guns were used?
Yes, I did.
What was his response? Would nothing be the answer?
Correct.
At other times during the interview, Murdaugh emotional, asking investigators for details about what Maggie and Paul felt before they died.
Neither one of them suffered very long.
A matter of seconds, did that.
On cross-examination, the defense pinpointing what they call missteps in the investigation, like never testing Maggie and Paul's clothing for DNA and waiting 3 months to search Murdaugh's mother's house where he went the night of the murders. The defense also questioned whether Owen lied to Murdaugh during the interview.
So you lied to him?
I'm allowed to use trickery to elicit a response. Yes.
And you're allowed to do it, and you did it?
Yes.
But Owen says when Murdaugh's story kept changing, he became the primary suspect.
So does that mean that I am a suspect?
With everything that we've talked about, with the family guns, the ammunition, nobody else's DNA, I have to put my beliefs aside and go with the facts.
And in another twist, the judge saying he will allow in the evidence of Murdaugh's alleged suicide for hire plot, saying the defense counsel opened the door to that yesterday on questioning. The big question now, will Murdaugh's cousin Eddie, the accused hitman, take the stand? Guys.
All right, Catie, thank you. Joining us with more on the trial, NBC senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett. Laura, good morning. We'll talk about, I was about to say Crazy Eddie. It's Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie.
We'll talk about Cousin Eddie and his impact in a moment. But let's start with this interview of Alex Murdaugh that was presented to the jurors. What are the takeaways?
Pretty powerful testimony there from the detective, the lead detective on the case. You clearly see them wanting to highlight all the inconsistencies in Murdaugh's story. Number one being, he is asked 4 different times by that detective, were you down at the dog kennels that night? Because we all know that he was. We now have that on video. He says 4 different times that he wasn't. Now, assuming the jury was able to get that point, that's a huge point for the prosecution to score.
Let's talk about Cousin Eddie for a moment now. Again, for folks who haven't been following it as closely, this is the cousin who allegedly was involved in this suicide for hire along the roadside here a couple of months after the double murder. The fact that the prosecution, at the end of the day, managed to get that in. How significant could that be?
So in the beginning of the day, it seemed like a huge win for the defense, a rare evidentiary win. The judge said it's too prejudicial, I'm keeping it out. By the end of the day, the cross-examination of that key detective, the defense lawyer raises this whole prospect of Cousin Eddie, and the prosecution says, wait a minute, you've now opened the door. And so on the one hand, it seems like such an unforced error. You had a rare evidentiary win. Why would you do it? Perhaps they're trying to goat the prosecution into calling Cousin Eddie because he's such a problematic witness. Perhaps they think they can do such an effective job on cross-examination that they'll score a point there, but it's unclear. It may be
doesn't make any sense, though, because they're the ones who fought to keep the testimony out, and then at the end of the day had stepped in and opened the door, and now he's coming in.
And it's risky for them. And so they may think they can do a good job on cross-examination. That remains to be seen.
Just real quickly, a lot of the cross-examination of the detective yielded information that perhaps this was not the most buttoned-up investigation we've ever seen. Major gaps in some of the investigation techniques, things that weren't searched, things that weren't retrieved. What did the jurors take away from that?
I think that was a real missed opportunity for the state. This should have been their star witness. He was red in the face. He was clearly sort of trying to figure out a best explanation for it, but there were some real holes. He all but admitted that he had to tell the jury that he told the grand jury before before they indicted Alex Murdaugh that the T-shirt he was wearing when the police pick him up had blood on it. It does not have blood on it. That's a huge miss, and that was what the jury, when they indicted him, thought they believed. And he also had to admit that they didn't actually test the clothes that Alex was wearing earlier in the day, when their entire theory is that he changed the clothes.
Yeah, it's a
How
problem.
did they not test the clothes?
When it's a credibility contest, it's a big issue.
Yeah.
Laura, we will continue to watch.
It continues.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.